Yes, that. Okay, I see your point of view.
It's finally here! I waited so long!
We had waiting for the Blu-rays to come out just so we can watch it all in a row without ads.
Hello everyone, this is BG10. Welcome to our rambling review for RWBY Volume 9.
Yeah. So, fun fact for the RWBY reviews, we've usually, in previous volumes, there was like multiple plot lines that we were following, so we'd wait like a week before, after watching it to like gather thoughts or so, and then do the review. So, thanks for the linear story this time, I guess?
Yay!
This is like the most linear story we've had in a good long while.
I'd say probably since Volume 2?
Yeah, I want to say like 2 or 3.
Even 3 is... 3 was mostly linear, but it's... That's where it kind of started to go in that direction. Then 4 was just like, yeah, we're splitting the party.
Literally the entire party is split in 4. Meanwhile, in this one, for once, all the main characters are right next to each other.
Well, all the main characters that they actually were in this volume, like, at all.
So yeah, I've already put the spoiler warning in with the Weiss cutaway at the beginning.
But,
yeah. Kind of a cool approach to just keep it purely in the Ever After world.
Yeah. And it was... It's interesting that this volume is pretty much just... It doesn't really do much to advance the main plot. It's just character work on the main characters.
Which, considering the past volumes, I am perfectly fine with.
Yeah, I've seen
like Volume 7 had a lot of shit going on, and Volume 8 was more fuck.
Yeah,
and it didn't really have time for anything.
Yeah, the past couple volumes have just been plot, let's go to the plot. And it's like, finally it feels like we can actually breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
Which, like, not to say I don't love Volume 7 and 8. I love Volume 7 and 8, but I think it was the right choice here.
Yeah, it really was the right choice to finally be like, okay, let's have our characters have a second to be like, holy shit!
Yeah.
So, where do we start? Do we do plot or characters first?
This is always tricky because you kind of end up doing both at the same time no matter which you pick.
True.
Let's go with plot stuff, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's also I also find it really good where it's like it really does keep focused on the characters in Ever After instead of like switching between Vacuo and such.
Yeah.
like by the end of the volume, I'm very glad they didn't do that.
Yeah.
It's also, I think, one of the shorter ones. Are RWBY volumes usually 3 hours? I feel like they're usually longer.
I mean, I think it's.
I think 7 and 8 were longer.
Yeah. I think it's shorter than the. I think it's shorter than the most recent couple, but I think it's longer than like the first few.
Well, of course. Volume 1 is like an hour 30.
Yeah, I think it's like pretty close to average.
All right.
For RWBY overall.
All right then.
It's just the most recent ones have been really
Yeah.
long.
Alright, so, Alright, so... the beginning parts, I guess? With RWBY just getting in and finding everyone? And the characters having to relay what happened to everyone else?
Poor Weiss, man. Weiss is just like...
I have to tell everyone
I have
this.
to tell everyone. I was like, honestly, like when I was kind of like mentally thinking about like what might happen. I was always like, is Weiss gonna do it or is Sean gonna do it?
And then Weiss does it, and RWBY acts accordingly, being like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should mention something else about this volume before we can get much further. This is also a very big relief on comedy factor, because we have not had comedy like this in a while.
Yeah.
I think the last time we were having comedy like this was like Drunk Crow in Volume 5 and the Henchman in Volume 6. Like, we've not had this in a while.
I wouldn't say it's been this dense since, like, probably early volume, like the first half of Volume 3, probably.
Yeah. Freaking poor Weiss getting slammed around.
Weiss is a comedy queen, but in a slapstick kind of way a lot of the time.
Yep.
They're just giving her so much crap. It's so funny.
Again, the freaking cutaway that I started this video with.
Weiss is so funny in this. Oh my god.
But yeah, the whole beginning part is honestly like a very big sigh of relief. Like, where it's like, okay, we have a bit of time to take a breather now.
Yeah. But, not entirely. There's still, like, a lot of bad stuff and danger going on.
Yeah, but it's like the beginning part is at least like we can at least stand.
Yeah.
And have a slight bit of a funny moment with a talking mouse. We don't need to worry about Zaleb smashing down the front door for the first time in what feels like a freaking
eternity.
Yeah. So yeah, beginning part's actually pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Also, something that I also want to mention is I really like the thing of them being like, this is how the story is. We just gotta play along, and then them being slight wrong imperfections the whole way through.
We're just telling the story. That's not how the story went.
And also, I think Weiss put it best as, we're not in the stupid book, we're in the stupid sequel.
Yep.
Speaking of, let's start with the first major plot point besides for the beginning part. The Red Prince game. First off, I freaking love the soldiers. They have the nice blend of papyrus energy to them.
That's a way to put it. Yeah, the game was... It was interesting how they kind of just went from stereotypical win the game against the monarch to
to even your pieces are trying to kill you now.
But then it was I did kind of like that. It was just kind of they just kind of like, yeah, this is going kind of bad. Okay, actually, no, we got this.
Yeah.
And the prince is just like, frick, you're not supposed to be
You're
shonen.
supposed to die.
You're supposed to die. Why are there shonen protagonists here? You're
Pretty
supposed to be
much.
pawns, not queens. Why do you get 3 queens?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
And then
And at the end of the game, we get acquainted with the curious cat character, and it's like, hi, Robbie Damon. First off,
wait, hello.
secondly, oh my God, you're killing it in this role.
I mean, when has Robbie not killed it in any role he's ever been in?
Fair point. Except for maybe probably like something obscure or stupid.
Anyway, what we've seen anyway.
The paycheck ones, like breadwinners or something. Besides those, where it's clearly paycheck. But yeah, he's giving it his freaking all in this one.
Yeah, the cat is very, very entertaining.
We'll get into it more.
Yeah.
Clear, obviously. Herbalist scene?
I like how I did like that I was able to like it was one of those moments in a story where you're like, I can see where this is going, but I like that I can see where this is going. Because I noticed pretty quickly that it was swapping among Yang, Blake, and Royce, and it wasn't going to Ruby.
Yep.
And I was like, because Ruby is not the same as them right now.
Nope.
One of these is not like the others.
Yeah, you really can tell throughout this whole volume that Ruby is definitely breaking down inside throughout the whole volume. And this is the big one where it really shows starting it off. Is that it for the herbalist one? Except for more like world building and also good God setting up major parts.
Yeah. Setting up for Ruby.
It was also really weird seeing the volume one versions in volume 9 quality. You're not supposed to look this good.
This is weird.
Why do you look this good?
Also, Yang looked kind of short. Is that just me?
Well, I mean, it is the younger version of her.
Still, I was just kind of like, oh. Wow, you're short.
It was like a year or 2 time skip?
I don't think it was that long.
I think it was at least like a year.
It was like a year at most. It might have only been like some months. Anyway.
So yeah, clear growth.
But then the cat came to save the day. What a hero!
And then they go to search for the potions to actually resize them all.
Yeah.
Resize the free.
Right.
And then Ruby kind of goes on a trip. Which I think is done perfectly to be like, okay, that was weird. Well, guess what? I'll see where that goes later.
just make a note of that and put it on the shelf over there. But I think that kind of just brings to mind like a thing that's just really cool. They did a really good job of just selling the fairy tale-ness of the ever after. Like, this is Wonderland. It is so Wonderland. Yeah. They nailed it. It works so well.
Yeah. It is exactly what they were trying to do, and they succeeded 100%. And at the end of, and they find all the ingredients of the potion. We have not even mentioned Neo yet in this review.
I mean,
then again,
she showed up for like 10. She showed up at the beginning, and then briefly, like an episode later. And
yeah,
with
the Jabberwock thing, with the Jabberwock thingy. And then she creates more copies of the thing, and then we're like, oh, great.
Did they ever explain how she got so powerful?
I think the volume later said that her powers were just like amplified in this world and didn't really go much more detail than that.
Yeah. I don't think I could explain that better, but yeah, we'll see how I feel about it later down the line. Right now, I'm a little bit like, about it.
Yeah. And then we meet the Rusted Knight, and it's like, oh! Hi, buddy!
You like how he's like, is that our boy? Oh, no, that's not our boy.
That's just the Rusted Knight. Wait, he is
our boy! What? Or is he our man now?
Mature!
Did I mention that Weiss is hilarious?
She's secretly our favorite character, but neither of us want to admit it.
I think I might be able to admit that she is the most entertaining character to me at this point. She's in she's like Rarity in My Little Pony. She might not be my favorite character, but she's the most entertaining one.
Alright. And then Jean drops Bombshell, being like, the cat's not to be trusted. And then we go to the Crossroads sequence. Which half of the Crossroads do you want to go through first?
Well, I mean, the Blake and Yang one I think is a lot simpler.
Yeah, it's the Rooster Teeth being like, fine!
Fine! Kiss!
Which honestly is pretty damn deserved, because it's shown that Blake and Yang have been close since, like, what, Volume 2? If not Volume 1.
You were doubting it the whole time. You were doubting it.
I just didn't know they'd do it. If they do it or not. Also, I was more engaged with my previous ship. And hoping that one would work more than seeing these two.
So I think I've mentioned in the past that I'm not super big on it. Honestly, I've somewhat come around on it. I'm not, like, excited about it, but I'm not... I'm like, okay, that's what they're doing.
I'm happy for you, too.
Good for you guys. Have fun. Have fun. I'm not
weird time for it to happen, but it's like, oh, okay. Fine.
Sure. Works for me.
Yeah. The Ruby, Weiss, and Jean with the cat part?
It's in the crossing.
Pretty much being like, yeah, cat! Don't trust the cat! Cat bad! And also figuring out that with the whole Jean thing being like, yeah, the book that you were mentioning? I was there! I'm that character! I'm that literal character!
Yeah. I really like that. I think one of the things I really liked is I just wasn't really... like, I was never like quite sure, like, what they like. It's like Sean's like, oh, the cat's bad, but I'm like, do I believe Sean? Sean could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe the cat's good. Maybe Sean is just wrong. Neo's probably bad, but I don't know.
Yeah, I really like where it's like you are slowly given all the pieces, and it's not like super obvious like some of the other like RWBY villains, quote unquote. I guess I could say.
Yeah, where it's more of a like in the past, it's been a lot of kind of dramatic irony where you know the bad guy, you know who the bad guy is, the characters just don't, and you're waiting for them to find out. And here it's like, yeah, you're all on the ride with them.
Yeah.
That's neat.
But yeah, that is a pretty good scene. So, Paper Pleaser Village? Poor Sean.
I had hoped that maybe Sean was a bit. Honestly, you look at you're in Volume 8, and you're like, Sean kind of seems like he's sort of okay now.
No, he ain't. No, he ain't.
I mean, honestly, I think maybe he was kind of okay at that time, and then, you know, penny things.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wasn't okay anymore.
Not again. Yeah. And by the end of the Paper Pleaser thing, we get the both breakdowns, like big fight, and then RWBY snaps.
Yeah.
The RWBY's persona finally cracks. Which honestly, fair.
Yeah.
Like the back half of Volume 7 and all the way through Volume 8, we've seen her being crushed more and more, looking like she's dying inside halfway through most of it. And then just, yeah, it's warranted.
Yeah.
Which leads up to probably my favorite scene from this whole volume. The Neo Mansion scene.
That scene was wild. Like, hi, we're all your dead friends.
You got us. You failed all of us.
I gotta admit, I can't say what I'm thinking of. I'll have to tell you afterward. It's way too much of a spoiler for me to say.
Okay.
It made me think of another thing that I like.
That doesn't help anything. That completely ruins the train of thoughts too. Discussion done.
Yeah, I can't say that. Anyway, we have to
discuss this without that part then.
But yeah, just.
Yeah, Ruby's
just-
insecurity just being laid bare completely. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was like a. I think it was a cool. I think one of the things I really liked about it was like, yeah, that it totally makes sense that Neo would want.
Ruby
Neo's
to break like
yeah,
that.
she's not like she's like I don't just want to. I have the opportunity to not just kill Ruby. I can literally
Mentally torture
break her
her
to the point that she does the job herself.
Yeah. Which also
then
is
yeah.
fucking dark as shit.
Yeah. And I think what's really interesting, like I think like Ruby does it, and then
Yeah, the thing
and then,
that's
like,
the
Neo,
thing that
it's almost like
surprises
Neo,
me the
like,
most.
Like Ruby does it, and then Neo like is like, oh, that actually sucked.
Holy fuck! I just did that to someone.
like you just like see on her face, she's like, why did I do that?
Holy shit! What the hell did I just do?
Which is like, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty damn human.
Yeah.
For you to just be blinded by revenge and then 5 seconds later being like, holy shit! What the hell did I just do?
Yeah. Poor Neo, man.
Yeah. And then Cat. So
Yeah.
then I guess meow?
Meow Politan.
Neapolitan. Son of a bitch.
Oh, we're idiots. But yeah.
We'll get to Neapolitan in a moment. So, yeah, Ruby drinks the freaking thing. And then the other freak just head back being like, well shit, what do we do now? And then they see that the tree... Cat wasn't lying about everything. The tree actually does rebirth because the papers are back. In a more complete form.
Yeah. Yay!
Which is like... neat.
Paper good now.
Not
Good
paper
for
and
rock now.
rock.
Rock.
Rock types. That'll keep us away from water. Fuck you, Pokemon.
You'll never be washed away ever again.
Which is a nice segue for them to be able to get to the tree after that realization. For the other four to be able to get to the tree from that. Were a nice acceptance of what they want to do. So much symbolism.
Yay. And then they get to the tree, and Ruby is a tree.
Yep.
Hi, I am a tree now.
And meanwhile, in her thing, she gets her whole spiel on you can choose whoever you want to be. Ruby finds Summer Rose's thing. Is this the first time Summer Rose has shown up on screen at all? Except for White Cloak.
I think there was a scene where she like turned around at some point. I don't remember when.
Well, this one she actually like freaking talks and everything.
Yeah,
It's like
oh, look, it's
okay.
Summer Rose, she do stuff.
I was like, okay.
And I think it was really interesting that they basically showed her. I think that scene it showed Ruby that it almost broke Ruby's perception of her mom as being actually perfect,
Perfection.
and made it, and was like, yeah, she's just a human being too.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be the mom you think. Stop trying to be the person you think she was. You're already. She was just a person like you.
Yeah.
Don't try to be more than that.
Yeah.
But man, like, a lot of the stuff, like, Ruby's whole arc in this volume, like...
It's the reason why this volume is so good at the end.
And I could say a lot of that stuff, I think, kind of hits home for me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So, Red Like Rose's Part 3 fight?
It was pretty cool. I want to see... I'm pretty sure I saw some frames from Red Trailer, and I want to know how much of that is from Red Trailer. Because that's really cool and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that is like the fastest we've seen Ruby fight for a while.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, she is very invigorated at that point.
Yeah. Really, yeah, it was really cool to see.
Like, she's not broken down emotionally like she has been for the past, I don't know how many volumes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fight scene was pretty cool and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that fight scene is pretty damn good. We really are going to be mostly talking character specifics for this volume by the end, aren't we? When we get to characters. So, yeah, they defeat the cat. Not sure how to feel about the Neo's ending.
It's one of those things that I think I'll have to stew on for a while, and I think I also want to... I'm not saying... I'm not... how do I say this? I'm not convinced, but I'm also not convinced
That she's done.
that we're done with Neo. This might not be the last we see of
That's
Neo.
probably the whole reason why she doesn't like die or anything is just in case maybe.
Yeah.
From what I've seen from Rooster Teeth's like guidelines in general for these volumes is that they are pretty much nearly 1-to-1 with Monty Oom's original vision of where this story was gonna go. But they're adapting it as best as possible without the super specifics.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm feeling like I'm not I'm fine with the thing I think about Neo's ending here is that I don't really know where they go with Neo to make it more satisfying for Neo. Like, they can't really have her join RWBY. I don't think that'd make much sense. So it's probably in that weird conflicted area being like, I don't know what they'd even do with her afterward. Like, she's clearly not going back to Cinder in Salem. She can't really join RWBY. Like, I don't know exactly where they'd go with her if this wasn't the ending part.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been questioning what they were gonna do with Neo since Volume 7's ended. Since Volume 8's ending. where we were completely like, what the hell are they even gonna do with Neo in this volume?
Yeah. Honestly, they literally are just straight up like, it's like, they're literally just straight up like, she needs to find something new to be, which is almost like a meta description of what's actually going on. It's like, we need to find something new for her.
Maybe.
Which, honestly, that from that perspective, I think that's the perspective that makes me think that we haven't seen the last of her, but I can't really say for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what they do. Like, they could, but I feel like it'd be slight cop-out or whatever. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's the whole point of it, though, to be like, if she can show up somewhere, she can.
Yeah. I do wonder if even RWBY knows what they're
Gonna do with Neo.
At this point.
Yeah. Honestly, if this is the ending of Neo, I'm decent enough with it. I don't know exactly where they go from here if they did bring her back anyway.
Yeah.
So, final scene with the brother story from the tree. Just more world building.
It's lore. As in, like,
Lore stuff that I'm not
honestly.
that is like for the people who like it, who are interested in world lore and such, it's probably really damn cool, and it explains like the last parts on why this place even exists.
Yeah.
Where apparently this was the first world created. Which is, honestly, yeah, it doesn't really do much, but it's like, it's neat. Neat lore. And then they finally make it to Vacuo, and the volume ends. Am I the only one that feels like Jean aging back is kind of a cop-out? It just felt kind of weird that they aged him back.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, honestly. It was kind of weird. But...
Like, they didn't even make that much of a deal about it. Where it's like, boom, it happened. Is that what my voice sounded like?
Hey, this is what I sounded like. Takes me back. Upgrade. Go back. Wait, go back.
So, yeah. Final thoughts on the storyline plot part? Like the story in general without the character, without.
I thought it was very good. I'm not totally sure if it's like one of my favorite volumes in RWBY, but...
Well, I'm not saying final thoughts yet, I'm just meaning the storyline in general.
The story was pretty good.
Yeah. It didn't jump any like boundaries that I have for RWBY's story or anything. It wasn't like, okay, sure. So character time, pretty much done with Neo. Little the mouse.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Little like at all. We really talked about
Don't
Little.
really have much of the story point. They're more of
Honestly.
just a character. Like, Little doesn't in fact do that much.
Yeah. This is interesting. I'm trying to think what I...
They're just kind of slight companion character. It feels like that we should have had like a full episode with only Ruby and Little before she found everyone else.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I need to do a rewatch to see how I feel about it all. But right now, I'm just kind of like,
Now that I think about
he
it,
didn't really do that much, did he? Did he?
it was a dude.
I don't know. It was a,
Mouse character.
they didn't do very much.
Yeah.
I don't think.
They were just kind of... Huh. Can we go
I'm
off?
just not remembering something that they did.
Besides be a tour guide to their village, and then literally being like, I'm a tour guide! They pretty much have the same character development as a companion character in a Mario RPG. Like a meh character, meh one.
I feel like I'm probably missing something, but I can't think of what it is.
I don't really think so.
I don't know.
So how about we switch over to the way more interesting character of the way more interesting new character of Volume 9. Goddamn, Robbie, you're freaking killing it. Figuratively and literally, I guess.
What do you mean? I didn't kill... did I kill anyone in this whole volume? I don't think I did.
Alright.
Oh, unless you count rebirths. I guess a couple of those are my fault.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. This does a cool job being
Pretty interesting Ruby villain to be that we've had for a while. Where it's like after the Ironwood, it's kind of nice to have a more simplistic villain.
But he's simplistic in his he's pretty straightforward in his motivations, but they put a lot of mystery behind him to make him. You don't know what his his motivation is pretty simple, but they don't tell you what it is for most of the volume.
Yeah.
So it works pretty well. I like him a lot, and he's also just very entertaining because it's Robbie Damon.
Robbie Damon sells the whole damn character. I feel.
Yeah, he does such a fantastic job. I mean, I think they wrote him really well too.
Yeah, but it's the charismatic voice of Robbie Damon that makes it work really damn well.
He is very much the knockoff Cheshire Cat. He absolutely nails it.
Alright, let's go over characters to make sure we didn't miss anything. Jean?
Yeah! Hey! You think we've traumatized Dawn enough? Nah! Of course not!
John does feel like he's a lot more level-headed at the least. More so than... It kind of works with him having been there for so much longer. And him still having not changed because he's really been alone.
Yeah.
He's probably been protecting those paper people for like a decade.
We want to die! No, you will live!
I need you! You're like the only things I know! I can't go to the palace! That guy will freaking cut my head off! And I know the cat's not, and I don't feel like the cat's to be trusted either. Yeah, Jean himself, though. We got anything else to say that we didn't already via the story?
It's kind of interesting, though. I think they do a really good job of selling the fact that he's older and more experienced, but it's still Jean.
Yeah.
Like, they've done a good job with this in general, of, like, making Jean, like, more and more competent over time, but his dorkiness still just kind of comes through. This kind of clumsy, dorky demeanor kind of breaks through
Some things don't change.
And even here, like, it still manages to come out here and there.
Yep. Yeah, I still love Jean.
Jean is a delight.
Yang? Any changes with her?
I feel like... I don't know what it is. I don't know. It kind of feels like her... What's the word I'm looking for? Like... For... sarcastic commentary, kind of, that kind of stuff. I feel like it's more entertaining than it's been in the past, in my opinion. Like, I've liked it in the past, but I feel like it was really on point.
I think it was one of those hit or miss things in the earlier volumes.
Yeah, in the earlier volumes, I was like,
"Great, the gang's all here."
Yeah, it was amusing, but I think I think over time it's gotten funny. Like, gotten more and more properly funny, and I think here is where it shines the most. I found her really entertaining here.
Blake.
I feel like I've sang this a lot in the past few volumes. I kind of feel like Blake is still just Blake. She's just Blaking.
Yeah.
Which, not gonna lie, I've been a little disappointed with Blake pretty much ever since like volume 6.
Well, volume 5 and 6 was when her, like, major story arc was. So they're probably giving time for other characters, like 7's was clearly Weiss's.
Yeah. It does kind of feel like...
It kind of feels...
Blake isn't the main character, Blake kind of feels like she's not quite one of the main characters at the moment. A little bit.
It's probably more like it's called RWBY. Blake has to be there somehow, somewhere.
Yeah.
We can't just have RWBY, Weiss, and Yang fall in.
Yeah, I feel like this volume she's just kind of like Blake and Yang kiss. Yeah, that's what Blake does.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Weiss is probably the funniest character in the whole damn volume.
She cannot handle this. She, for half the volume, she just cannot understand what's going on, and it's so funny.
She logics. Bad idea.
It's like, I'm sure it's like, there must be logic behind the soft magic system. What do you mean that's not how soft magic systems work?
The amount of time she is in the background just ranting is amazing. Again, as I've said earlier in this review, Weiss is secretly our favorite character, but we don't want to admit it. But yeah, main character of this was RWBY. No questions asked. I am incredibly glad with what they did with RWBY here. Where
Yeah.
it definitely feels like they have been setting this up with depressed Ruby the whole damn time. To give her this thing to be like, you don't have to be super perfect anymore.
Yeah. Ruby! She's the best! So maybe Petty. Petty might still be right there. I don't know. Hey, Ruby, you're both great! Oh my gosh!
So what, there's just like a little white hair poking out? Poking out in your top two?
What?
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Anyway,
So, final thoughts on Volume 9?
yeah, I kind of...
The more I think about the story, the more I feel like, it's moments for character development.
Yeah, this is a
Character development season.
Yeah.
This isn't one for plot progression. This is one for characters.
Yeah. Which I could see some people.
Which, being honest, I am perfectly fine with.
Yeah.
With how much shit they went through in 6, 7, and 8. Like 6, 7, and 8 were non-stop. It felt like.
This almost feels like.
This honestly feels like an all the way back in like this honestly feels like a blend between old RWBY and new RWBY.
Yeah.
Like, and modern RWBY.
In some ways, it almost feels like a kind of similar to Volume 4 in some ways, of being like, okay, now we're going to like figure out how to put the pieces together after the disaster that was the previous volume.
Yeah. Which I guess works, considering Fall of Beacon, Fall of Atlas. Literal fall this time. So yeah, a few things as of where the fuck are we gonna go from here? Clearly Vacuo, and I don't even know if it's going to be like... It's clearly going to be a bit of a time change. Like, time has passed, considering how in the previous volume, everyone from Atlas was in the middle of the desert, and now we're suddenly in front of Vacuo City.
I wonder if they're going to have like a decent chunk of Volume 10 be...
What happened while everyone was in Ever After?
Mm-hmm.
I kinda like that. Like, give us the side characters that we skipped over in this volume, and then just randomly Team RWBY shows up like episode 2, or end of episode 2-ish. I kinda would like that. I would kinda like that. Give the other characters some spotlight while the other characters are dealing with this.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like my current feelings are like... I'm not, like, totally satisfied at the moment with this, but I kind of feel like it's one of those things where I'm probably going to look back on this and be like, yeah, this was the right decision.
Yeah.
I suspect that will probably be the case. It'll be like, yeah, I'm glad they did it like this, but at the moment I'm like, but I want to know what happens in the plot!
But yeah, I honestly feel like this is a pretty good breather volume.
Yeah.
Like, to just let the characters breathe for 5 fucking seconds. With literally just being like 7, 8 or just fucking relentless on them. Where 9 is like, okay, we can breathe. We can sit down in a room and discuss our feelings for once. For 5 freaking seconds.
Hello, my name is Ruby Rose and I have trauma.
So yeah. Definitely works as a breather season. The comedy will at least give us a reason to come back to it.
Well, and a certain someone. You can't forget about me, can you?
So yeah.
Because I am Meowverse.
So yeah. That was Volume 9. Ready to wait 2 years for Volume 10? It makes it all the more enjoyable. Volume 10 will probably be plot heavy, knowing RWBY, so that time we'll have a more dedicated, detailed one. I think this is our shortest RWBY volume review for a while as well. I think we haven't had one that hit less than the 57-minute mark since Volume 6. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Take care, peeps.
I am going to go over here now.